he's got the energy of his cave day, and you've got the energy of your I drank 2 bottles of wine and I want a divorce. Thank you for tuning in to our mini episode. It's all about travel, and it's all about Mandy, and it is 5 to 7 minutes long. Natasha,
Mandy,
what's your question?
I have a question. Well, first of all, travel is huge, and obviously a vacation with kids is not a vacation. It's like a chores situation, doing chores on a tropical island. But I also feel like we travel so much, and we're always traveling like every 6 or 7 days, often with our child. Do you think that's bad for kids?
No, I mean, I think you're making them flexible. You're making them resilient. If you were so rote in your routine every day and it was like it was really hard for them to be flexible, that would be difficult too. I listened to your podcast when you guys were both talking about all your trips you took this summer. And listen, I agree. Traveling with kids is not as much fun as traveling without kids. But then I really get stuck in this like, oh my God, we only have so many times. I saw this girl on Instagram who, her mom was like, hey, what'd you get last Christmas? And she was like, I don't know. And she's like, well, where'd we go on our last family vacation? And she's like, oh, we went to Utah and we saw this and we saw that. And like, that's the stuff.
Oh,
so I think that's
so
what matters.
Interesting. You're so right, because it's like and now those are the kind of gifts I like the most, experiences. And so those are the kind I tend to plan. But yeah.
I think she's going to remember that, right?
I
she's going to remember we saw
fantastic.
So many places.
It's fantastic for your daughter. It's not fantastic for the relatability of our podcast. The question is like, we travel constantly.
No, but here's the thing: we
How
travel
do we
because
polish our Gucci briefcase.
Sabrina, we have to travel for work. I took her to the OC and we did shows, and she sat in the green room on her iPad with her headphones.
Look, there's something about your voice that just sounds rich. So when you ask the question of like, Mandy, we're constantly in first class cabin.
We aren't though, and I don't fly first class with her.
Okay, well that's a revelation.
So we ski every weekend, and it's like a 3.5 hour car ride.
Okay, let's just call this the Rich Girls episode.
So growing up, my people would say to my dad, like, you drive, essentially 6-7 hours every weekend to ski. Like, why? And my dad's like, well, what are you doing from like 4 to 7 p.m. on a Friday? Like, you're just hanging out, your kids are relaxing, like, and we're going somewhere and doing something. So yeah, your daughter might be in the green room for a little bit, but like, what else would she have been doing? If you left her home, what would she have been doing? And instead you get to like go out to these restaurants and see these places and meet these people. And like, I think that comes with a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I think it actually does improve the like the stamina and like there's just like the load bearing walls of a family to go into the hell that is an airport and withstand the vibes. We always, before we go to the airport, we're like, all right, we're going into this place. The challenge is people are going to be cuckoo bananas crazy, and we're going to help each other, and we're going to have a fun time. And this is just like the cost of doing business to get to where we need to go, but it's going to be challenging.
I have a question too. Like, I feel like I'm always jealous of Sabrina and Shauna when they describe their vacations, because they're both like completely on the same level, same wavelength.
Wait, no, you're not listening, bitch.
No, but you
fighting.
are. No,
we're
but
fighting.
You guys. No, but you do like to do the same vacation.
We like to do the same vacation, but we don't like to do the same thing on vacation. We actually, when we were on our miscarriage moon to Sicily, shout out to miscarriage moons. You have a miscarriage? You go on a moon, girl. Get yourself a t-shirt that says, ask me about my miscarriage. I thought it was very healing. We went to Sicily. This is truly Rich Girls episode. But we tossed Wolfie at my parents, went to Sicily, and realized, oh my God, we don't like to do the same things. Like, she wanted to be at the fucking fit. Anytime someone's like pulling out a folding table to like put crafts on it, my wife hears that in her soul and runs towards the market. And I am like, I want to lay down. I want to lay down by the river, by the sea. I want to lay down in our Airbnb. Paid so much money for this villa. I'm going to lay down on every couch. And we kind of had some tension around it, and then realized like, oh, it's totally okay for us to like different things, then we can come back together, have a beautiful meal, and talk about our days, and not have that lethargy of like being on vacation and not having something to talk about.
She wouldn't get mad if you didn't go to the shops with her?
No, no. I mean, and then you start to do like, I think that it's like Mandy's next book, The Middle Ground. It's the middle ground, you know? It's like of course not fully like she's not going to participate at all in the things that I like, and I'm not going to participate, and all we do is have dinners together. But it's like there's some areas of crossover, and there's some things that she wants to do that sound hellish to me. Standing in a parking lot forever while the sun is beating down on you, she calls that a flea market.
Well, Moshe is like Shauna, but he wants to load up the day with like swimming with turtles and swimming in caves. And
But that's great.
I know, but I don't always have the bandwidth because
You shouldn't do it.
White River rafting, like all in one day.
Let him go do it.
Really? And
Yeah.
don't join?
Of course, Natasha, you guys have your lives together. It's like so fun to come back together and have him be like, I saw this bones in the cave. And, you know, like he's got the energy of his cave day, and you've got the energy of your, I drank 2 bottles of wine and I want a divorce.
That is not true.
1 bottle of wine and you're ready to fuck, whatever it is. You know, you guys have different energies, and you join forces at the end of the day.
Well, it really is about context switching too. Like with his ADHD, he wants to do so many things. And for me, I'm like, if we have 2 shows that afternoon, like which is what was happening when we were in Mexico, I want to focus on that, you know? Like it's really hard for me to like go swimming with turtles and then like go do a podcast with an audience. Like I can't do it.
I
Mandy,
think,
what
like,
do you
obviously,
think?
this is going to be so redundant of me, but in my marriage, my partner had ADHD as well, but it just became a point where we only did our own things. And then we had children. So, like, me and the children did our own thing. So I do think there's, like, finding that middle. And then it was like, well, wait a second, I'm alone anyway. But so, like, finding that middle ground of, like, hey, how about you go whitewater rafting, and then in the afternoon, we, like, get a couple cocktails before our show or whatever. And so you're connecting, but also each still have your own life. I think in my first marriage, I prioritized being independent so much that like once kids came along, it became like wildly problematic.
We actually have him on the line. Can we get him patched in? Okay. What has not been problematic has been you, Mandy. You've been a treat. You didn't just give us last week's episode. You gave us this week's episode. It's a shorty, but it's a goodie, and we so appreciate you. Mandy, what's the name of your podcast?
My podcast is The Behavior Blueprint, and you can find me at The Family Behaviorist on Instagram.
And Natasha, Natasha, what have you been diagnosed with?
I don't like when things don't look nice. Like I like things to, like I have a sensitivity to mess.
I like Mandy signing off with her credits and us signing off with like, my wife is mad at me because I'm impatient.
That would actually be a good sign off.
That is a sign off. My wife is mad at me because I'm impatient.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Mandy. Follow her on Instagram and check out her podcast.
But please like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast. I see some of you guys listening and not clicking those easy little 5 stars. Click them! We're talking about traveling. We have Rosebud Baker. Yeah, that's right. The star of The Motherlode on Netflix, which you should check out as research for next week's episode, where we'll have a full episode with Rosebud. But today, Rosebud, we've got you and we're talking about traveling. You are a working comic. You've got it's a 2-year-old, 2.5-year-old?
2.5.
2.5-year-old daughter named Minnow.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking this child on the road?
Love it. That's such a cute name, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my aunt's nickname. I do take her on the road. I take her on the road. I would say like 1 out of every 3 gigs I take her with me. Because it's just enough where she's not like, oh, I don't want to get on the plane, you know? And
It's
also
exciting still.
she's this age now where it's like I got to keep things pretty stable for her because otherwise she's just kind of like living in green rooms, and I don't want to
There's
think
worse
about
places to live. The snacks,
True.
like in green rooms, are basically like a kid's dream.
True, but I'm also like, what is on the surface of everything? You know what I mean? I don't want to think about it.
Wait, Rosebud, do you let her watch the audience applaud for you or let her come out on stage ever?
sometimes if she wants to come out on stage, then she can come. But like she's done it once where she got on stage and everybody clapped and she immediately started crying and I was like, oh no. And so I was like, let's get her off stage. And also I just don't want her to associate it with like approval. You know, I don't know. I'm like,
I know what you mean.
I don't want her to, I guess the perverse nature of this business, I don't want to rub off on her, like that darker psychological thing that I've devoted my entire life to, but I would rather not rub off.
But like
on
as a young adult, you were like, okay, I'm going to do this industry that's about like chasing approval. I do think that like from knowing a lot of working in this business, you know, people that have been in it since they were little kids, a piece of you is stolen, and that piece is this exploration of your personality and yourself that's not correlated with dials up or dials down. Are you testing positive? Are you getting cast? Is this the way the casting agents
and
like
also bringing them out without them earning it, because they don't do anything for going out there, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, learn a trade and then we'll talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
But she's curious about, you know, our life. And so I'm like, I don't want to hide it from her either. So, you know, like a balanced exploration of it I'm okay with. But generally speaking, I never force her to do that. She likes the green room and she likes peeking from the back. She likes peeking out, which I'm like, that's totally fine too. But I try to keep her, I just want to keep her safe. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and speaking of keeping her safe, do you have sort of like tips? Because now, even if you're talking about 33.3%, which is a third of the time, that's a lot of traveling and probably more traveling than our listeners. I don't mean to nag you listeners, but would it kill you to travel 33% of the year with your child? But do you have any tips when it comes to traveling?
Yes.
You know, when you see the normcore people out there, what separates the
I
women
have
from
all
the
the
girls?
tips.
Yeah.
They don't need the toys. Leave the toys at home. They will find toys. They're gonna play with whatever. They're gonna play with empty cups.
They're gonna play with some comic syringe in the green room.
They will
Oh my God, that is such
something.
good advice.
Yeah, leave the toys behind. There's you can rent any equipment that you could bring from home, like that you think you need. A car seat. You can rent a crib. I forget the name. Baby Quip is like Uber, but for baby stuff. So if you really need toys, you can rent them off Baby Quip. And I had like Rachel Feinstein told me to put that on my what's it called? Baby shower.
Registry, yeah.
Registry. And so I did, and it came in so handy. I don't travel with a stroller anymore because of that. Because you got to carry the stroller plus the suitcase. I just put, I have like this like mesh car seat that you can use to get from the airport to the thing. I put all of our stuff together in one suitcase. So we travel with one suitcase, a backpack with her stuff, my purse, and that's it.
Speaking of that, also, when we went to Paris, we were there for like 2 weeks and she was probably 3. We bought a stroller there for like $80. And then we were all of a sudden able to walk all around Paris how we wanted to. And then at the end, my husband found someone on like Craigslist to come take it. So it's like he felt like we did a good deed or whatever. Yeah. But it was so awesome because I thought I would have to travel with that.
Yeah, no, like whatever you need, you can get where you're going. I mean, for the most part. So
that's deeper. That's deeper than just travel.
Yeah, it is.
Rosebud, thank you so much for being on this mini travel episode. Next week, keep your eyes and ears peeled, everybody, for a full episode with Rosebud Baker. But also just to say, right now would be the time to pre-order Fully Baked, your book.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Rosebud, we love you. You're so talented. Everyone watch.
We can't wait to talk to you next week.
I can't wait to talk to you next week. I can't wait either. I love you both.
Okay, bye.
Bye.